Good morning. Good morning. Hopefully everyone can hear me okay. Come on in. Let's talk about Facebook ads. I have made several posts in the past just to be completely transparent that Facebook ads are the devil because they can be very difficult. Welcome, Kay. Thanks for joining. Come on in. Make sure you share and invite your followers. I super appreciate it. And hit me with some reactions so I can make sure that you can hear me, because I have my phone situated a little bit different of a way this morning. Good morning, gorgeous. Good morning. So I don't know about you guys, but good morning, princess. My day started off kind of crazy. It's trash day here. I missed the trash day. It's cloudy. It's snowing. It's just no bueno all the way around. So I'm trying to get my groove back. But anyway, hope your day is going well. Hope your morning is going good. Come on in and we're going to talk about Facebook ads. It is Targeting Thursday. So every Thursday I'm going to come on and give you some kind of training or tips or helpful advice about how you can better target your target audience, right? The people that you want to be able to serve in your highest capacity. So come on in. For those of you who are not aware who I am, or if you're catching this on the replay, my name is Amy Webb. I'm a certified business and credit consultant, and I help small business owners just like you build and scale their business. So Targeting Thursday, today we're talking about Facebook ads. Facebook ads can be difficult, you guys. I'm not even going to lie. Anyone that comes on and tell you that Facebook ads are super simple, it's no big deal, is lying to you, straight up. There is a curve, and I won't say that they're impossible because they're absolutely not impossible, but there is somewhat of a learning curve when it comes to, getting into the ads manager and really figuring out, hey, Tiff, welcome, thanks for joining. Getting into the ads manager and figuring out what's going on. Hey, Steve, thanks for joining. Make sure you share. Getting familiar with the platform, getting familiar with what tabs do what and where everything goes and all that good stuff. It's not as intuitive as you would think. So it kind of takes a minute. Everything has a learning curve. Facebook ads is no different. So I just want to prepare you for that. Just be prepared, like take notes. Right? It's a little bit of an ordeal. Hey, Tanya May, thanks for joining. But at the end of the day, I am here to tell you that Facebook ads are not the devil. They can be difficult, but once you kind of figure it out, and once you've done a couple successfully, then you'll be able to just hop in and, I'm going to create an ad real quick, no problem. But getting there is kind of the journey, right? So those are some of the things that we're going to talk about today. So the first thing is, you need to determine who is your target audience. And I mean, really, who is your target audience? This is some place that I struggled with really bad. Because when you first start your business, you're like, I want everybody, right? I want all the men, I want all the women, all the kids, old people, whatever. You just want all the bread. You want all the money, right? But that's just not how it works, right? Do you remember that commercial where the old ladies are trying to learn a new social media platform, and she has pictures posted up on the wall, and her friend is like, hey, Martina, thanks for joining. Her friend is like, no, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Well, targeting is the same way. That's just not how this works. And this is probably one of the most tedious things that you're going to have to do, is really nailing down who do you serve. I'm going to help you with your ads, Tiffany. I'm going to help you. Right. I know everybody wants all of it, but the reality is you're going to get your share. You're going to get fat, right? Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. We're going to get fat, but there's some steps to it, right? There's levels to this. So, taking the time to really find out who you really are serving. And I'm not saying you have to be so specific as to say, I serve, 40-year-old men with a beard type thing, right? But you do need to have some general ideas. Good morning, Martina. Some general ideas about what your audience looks like. So, of course, I'll give you a simple example. If you write children's books, right, then your audience is parents with small children, right? You wouldn't market to adults without children necessarily. You may have some of them coincidentally in your audience because they may, give books as gifts or whatever, but you get my point. You really want to drive to the people that are going to specifically purchase your product or service, like it is built for them, meant for them, right? In their soul of souls, they need what you have to offer. Those are the people that you want to target. So the second thing is what kind of goes along with making that connection with the people that you're targeting is that you have to go deep. And this is where it kind of gets tricky and it gets a little bit hard, right? So let's say I sell weight loss shakes, right? I can easily say, okay, I sell weight loss shakes. I have 1 billion people in my target audience because there's a bunch of people in the world that are overweight. But that's not really your target audience, right? Because just because someone, quote unquote, needs your product doesn't mean they really want it. And they may not even be aware that they would want something like that. And you have to position yourself in a way that you're talking to the people that not only are aware that they have a problem that you want to solve, but that are aware that this solution exists, right? You don't want to talk to someone who's like, hey, I don't need to lose weight. I don't care, right? That's not your target audience. That person's not ever going to buy from you, ever, ever, ever. So I'll give you another, good example. If you have a relationship product, right? Not everybody feels like they need help in their relationship, even if they do, right? So you have to really get down to like the nitty gritty of it. Like, the 5-level why of why that person would want what you have to offer. Hey, Val, thanks for joining, love. You have to dig deeper. So it's not just as simple as, oh, I sell glasses. I'm going to sell to everyone that, is impaired visually some type of way. No, not really. It really needs to go on a deeper level and really think about not only their age, but their background, their gender, their household income, right? That's a big one that people don't often think about. How is your product positioned in the market and who should you be marketing to? If you have a luxury product, you should not be marketing to low income folks, right? They can't afford what you have. And so that's just not a good bang for your marketing buck. So that's number 2. Go deep. Go as deep as you possibly can. And if you're in a position where especially you're selling a product or service that is based upon a deep personal experience that you had, start with yourself, right? If I'm making glasses, for instance, I'll use that as an example again. I'm going to start with me. I'm going to take someone my age with my background, my experience, my income level, my career path, and I'm going to start at that person and kind of work my way out. Good morning. Thanks for joining. Make sure you share. So that's number 2, go deep. Number 3, you're probably not going to like. And I didn't like either at first, but it's absolutely necessary. And it's going to cost you just a little bit. But you have to test. You have to test your ads. You can't just put out one ad with one particular set of copy and one particular graphic and just go balls out with it. It's just not going to work for you. You have to split test your ads. And split testing your ads means that you maybe do 2 or 3 or more. Some people split test a whole bunch, right? But at least start with 2 or 3 that you run all at the same time, that will allow you to determine what your audience reacts to. Do they react to the copy better in ad 1 versus in ad 3? Right, Tiffany, I know. People are like, no, I don't want to test. It costs, and I don't want to do it. But you have to do it. Because otherwise you'll never know what segments respond to you best, what copy your audience responds to best, what graphics they like the best. And I'll just use Tiffany for an example. Tiffany sells jewelry, right? And her jewelry is beautiful and she has all different kinds of women in her community. But maybe, Tiffany, you're going to run an ad. Maybe one will have a personal graphic, maybe of a very stylish woman, wearing her jewelry, being really fashionable. And maybe you have another one that is more graphic based, right? A drawing of a fashionable woman. And you need to see which one your audience vibes with the best. And also test the copy. Good morning, Mike. Thanks for joining. Also test your copy. You need to make sure, do they like a simpler copy? Maybe they like a more complex copy. And also you can use this to test the different factors in the audience elements that you choose. So for instance, maybe the audience that loves love and hip hop doesn't like your jewelry as much as the audience that loves scandal, right? All of these things you kind of have to test and figure out. And if you're not a button pusher like me, I'm going to give you a little bit, right, of that button pusher spirit, because you need to adapt a bit of that when you're split testing your ads and be able to determine, who really is your target audience. And don't get me wrong, you don't have to split test forever. You'll pretty much be able to see within a very short period of time which ad is performing best. And then kind of once you nail it, where you are like, this is the audience that performs the best. The scandal audience likes the simple copy with the stylish woman on the front. Boom. Then you can turn up the heat on that ad, and that's where the profit really starts to come, and that's where the traffic really starts to come. So I'll give you another example. My friend Kanika, my business bestie, one of them that's on here right now. I know you don't like to push buttons, but you got to do it. And thank you guys for the reactions Tanya made. Thank you for that. She's a life coach, right? So she needs to be able to test what elements of her business resonate best with the audience that she's targeting on Facebook. So she may have an ad that's targeted toward relationship building, let's say, and she may have one that's targeted more toward men and one that's targeted more toward women, and she's going to test the copy there and the graphics there and see how they respond. Or maybe she'll test an ad for a relationship versus a career path versus a professional development, right? All of these things you kind of have to tweak and turn and figure out where your groove is, where that sweet spot is, right? Everyone talks about the sweet spot, the honey hole. That's where you need to be. That's where the money is. That's where your traffic is. And this is how you're going to build your list. It is very, very difficult to build your list when you're not talking to the right people. So this is something you have to drive into your soul. And as cumbersome and difficult as it may be at first, you really have to nail down who you're talking to and why they would want to hear from you. So that's Targeting Thursday. I hope you guys were able to gain one of those things, some good information from this live video. Share it with your followers, share it with your biz besties, and let's talk about it. Make sure if you have any questions, go ahead and drop it in the comments. I do review the videos after. So if you have questions and you're watching on the replay, I'd be more than happy to answer your questions afterward. And to close out, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Amy Webb. I'm a certified business and credit consultant, and I help small business owners just like you build and scale their businesses. Well, thank you, T. Wadley. I appreciate that. I'm going to hop off. I'm going to start my cloudy, snowy day here in Denver, Colorado. Good morning, Donna. Good morning. We're just closing out. Absolutely, Tanya. Thank you for joining. Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you. Thank you, Stephen. I appreciate that. So I'm going to head off and start my day. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Stay safe and stay profitable. See you later. Bye.